Alright, hey everyone, Noah Walker here with my video series Accumulated Knowledge for Team Cardhoarder. Back here with another match, currently playing Jerry T's Grixis Control deck from GP Columbus, it was? The top 16 with. Been doing alright. 2-2 so far in this league. Got our last match coming up and we won the roll, so yes, I'd like to play. This hand is definitely a keep. It's not the best hand I've ever seen in my life, but it has 2 probes and a therapy and a wasteland, so an easy keep with a turn 1 probe into therapy. So leading off with a probe. Definitely think it's best to. Okay, so this is actually going to be an insane Cabal Therapy. So good that our opponent might even consider Force of Willing it. So our opponent's hand is Delver, X2, Force, Decay, Bolt, Ponder, C. So yeah, here they're almost forced to force it, actually. They'll probably force pitching one of the Delvers so they still have a Ponder to find more lands. But I think that we're pretty far ahead in this game. Looks like our opponent's playing a straight up 4-color Delver deck, because their hand definitely had Decay in it. So yet they did exactly that, forcing pitching one of the Delvers. Makes sense. Ends up playing a C and goes to the Delver. Okay, that's fine. I think I'm gonna fire off the second probe before I wasteland, just to get a look in there. Okay, drew a Goyf, so it's Goyf, Ponder, Bolt, Decay. Goyf, Ponder, Bolt, Decay. Ooh, that's a great draw. Great draw. I brewed a Wasteland too. Our opponent can't cast anything. They're like kind of hoping to flip their Delver, but they're also kind of hoping that they draw a land. Obviously, here they're way more hoping that they draw like some sort of fetch land so they can ponder. So. Which means that there's maybe even a consideration there to therapy, sacking this Deathrite. Here's Goyf, Ponder, Bolt, Decay, and we are getting beaten up by this Insectile Aberration. Just gonna fire off a Brainstorm. Definitely too risky for our opponent to force, if you ask me, but not according to them. All right, that's aggressive. Gonna hit that for black, I suppose. Play out another C and just play Gurmy. So their hand is Goyf, Bolt, Decay. I'll take 8 for 3 there. Doesn't really matter too much. And actually, we're pretty safely far ahead in this race too. So. Because like even 2 more hits and a bolt doesn't kill us yet. I definitely think that a version like this with more lands and more late game spells is really good against stuff like like a Delver deck. I was gonna say the mirror because the decks are so similar, but like a Delver deck. I think this deck's great against like a Delver deck because yeah, you just have all the spells that a Delver deck would want post board against you in your main deck. So yeah, Eating a Force here. Five, 6, 7, 8. We only have 10, so, but I'm gonna play the Delta just to have Bolt, Deathrite backup in case anything scary happens. I don't know. Anything's possible, so. Looking good for sure. Greedy attack over here from our opponent, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure the only way you can win is if he jumps blocks. Alright, I guess jump blocking isn't really a winning proposition either, so. Yeah, I ended up conceding. So, I think our draw just lined up insanely well against our opponents. They were on the mulligan, I'm pretty sure. No, they may not have even not have mulligan. What it was is they played turn 1, had to turn 1 Force of Will or Cabal Therapy. So it was basically like they mulliganed anyways. They never saw more lands after we base landed them. So, just the 1C. Pretty sad. But yeah, went well. Let's move on to sideboarding. I think that post-sideboard will be even more favorable. I think Decay is a card that I really want, but it sucks to bring in. Just because they have Wastelands in their deck. But I think I'm going to bring it in anyways. A pretty good one. Pretty good one. Am I a walker? Yes, I am. So Submerge is okay. Because he's playing the Goy version. So I think I might actually bring it in. Baleful Trick seems great. I don't really want Pyroblast against that version though. It doesn't hit like any of their threats. It's only good against Delver, so I think it's not worth it. Edict could be okay. These four seem great. Force of Will, get it out of here. Can't express my hate for that card enough. Just get it out of here. Days on the draw, I think it is fine to take out, and I think I'll shave one of the therapies. But 6 cards get to come in. So definitely 2 Decays. The Strix and the Submerge, those are great. Pyroblast is a static caster. Could also be okay. I'm just not positive. Oh, Toxic Deluge is definitely great too. One more. I think one Pyroblast is okay. But yeah, just gonna lock this in. No counter spells anymore post board, which I think is fine for the most part. I think counter spells are like the worst in matchups like this. So this is a very, very interesting hand. It has a lot of bad aspects to it in that it only has one land, or sorry, it only has one colored land, so it can only really cast the Deathrite. And the Jace is actually kind of slow. I probably should have boarded out a Jace on the draw because it's really slow against Delver decks, but it's really powerful. Like the turn 1 therapy doesn't really do anything here because we just have a probe. We don't have a probe. So I actually think this is a mulligan on the draw. This hand's okay though, not great by any means. But I think 2 Ponders and like a Strix is a little better than the last hand. So a Bolt on top too. I kind of think that I have to be a little greedy and keep that. Like we need these Ponders to hit lands anyways if we want to win this game. So I think keeping a slightly greedy card on top is totally fine. ending up to look like it might have been fine to keep our first hand. It just felt like to me if we got under any sort of pressure and then they had a wasteland, then we were in a lot of trouble keeping the last one. Ponder Year's good. Ooh, great cards on top. Just gonna keep them all. Hit into a million lands, which is perfect for our hand. We just want to draw lands like every turn. Definitely going to be a consideration to... I think it's just Baleful Strix next turn over Young Pyromancer, because we want to be able to play Young Pyromancer and then play a spell after, so... Misty looks like no land. Hopefully they're not playing a Stifle deck, because that card would be really annoying right now. Didn't have the Stifle. That's good. Just firing off the Strix. Sometimes I like playing around days and stuff, but it's too juicy not to just fire the Strix here. Looks like it might even be resolving. Ooh, it resolved? Every time I resolve this card, it just feels so dirty. You just paid one card for a card that trades with like one of the best cards in your deck and replaced itself. The card is fantastic. So yeah, they got a Brainstorm in, fetched away the cards they didn't want. Probably gonna even have to fire off a Bolt on this Strix. Like, that's how good this card is. Didn't, but I wouldn't have been surprised if they did. Goyf is fine. It actually lines up quite poorly against Baleful Strix, so... Huh. So Badlands is a really interesting draw, actually. We could just jam the Young Pyromancer, which is okay. It's probably better to just play a Ponder here, though, so I'm going to do that. I don't think these cards are great. I'm going to shuffle. Another PZ. Not horrible. We're definitely in a fine spot here. Probably something like maybe Abrupt Decay. Even a Bolt on the Baleful Strix should be really annoying right now, so... Reb. Okay. Mostly just annoying because it makes the Tarmogoyf giant. Yep. Take a big hit. Okay, that's a fine draw, actually. Fetching up a C here so that we can't be wastelanded off of any color. Playing a Pyromancer. I suppose, like, I could have just double bolted the Tarmogoyf there. But I think that this is slightly better. Getting decayed, I assume. Golgari Charm. Okay. This turn, though, I think I'm definitely leaning towards the double bolt play. Honestly, I probably should have just done it last turn, but... Oh! That was a dirty Spell Pierce. I mean, I don't think that's anything, you know, I can really play around there. Like maybe I can upkeep do it to play around something like Spell Pierce, but if I'm just playing a Young Pyromancer every turn, it's not doing a whole lot. Like, it's not horrible or anything. I could bolt it and then gank block, but it seems like their deck is loaded with removal spells, so... Well, that's a fantastic draw. I think I am just going to remove as many as possible. So they have, what? They have instant, land, sorcery, so we're gonna get rid of creature and creature. Might as well just hit all the spells because they have so many spells. Definitely shrinking the Goyf a good bit here with this Gurmag Angler, so. Really scary position to be in, though, because we are just dead to a bolt. Straight up. Like, it's pretty hard to cast Painful Truths ever in this game. Because of how scary Bolt is. Waste to see, okay. I think I'm just gonna fire off the Brainstorm. I think Painful Truths is way too risky this game. So I think firing off Brainstorm and possibly shuffling it back is the best bet here. Put back Painful Truths and Pyromancer. And just gonna play land and pass. Definitely a consideration there to do something like just jam one of the Young Pyromancers because we have two of them. But I think it's a little better to save one for when we definitely have a spell we can cast after. I don't think it's right to attack yet. Not just yet. Yeah, if he does decide to... I think I'm just going to fire off a Brainstorm here. Get a little bit of value. Ooh, that decay is really spicy, but it also just feels pretty bad to go down to 3, so... Next turn, I'm definitely going to consider playing the probe before anything else, because if we know our opponent doesn't have a bolt in hand, then I'm sort of fine fetching to Abrupt Decay. Has one bolt. Uh-oh. Fetch, play a second bolt. That would get us. In fact, it does. Alright, so... yeah, that game our opponent just had a lot of really good answers to us. The Spell Pierce was insane for our double bolt on the Goyf, and yeah, just happened to finish us off with a couple lightning bolts. Definitely well played game though, a good one. Gonna go to the third. I think I'm gonna keep the sideboarding pretty much the same. I think it was a pretty fine strategy. So. All right. I'm thinking Submerge is a good call with the Goyfs. The one Pyroblast seemed to be okay, not insane, but okay. 2 Therapy still seems okay. Edict could be a good one too, though. I think I might try Edict over something. Maybe over Therapy. Like, it seems like the way the games play out, Therapy's never, like, super duper insane, so I could try that. Generally board out Therapies in Delver-esque mirrors anyways, and this is similar enough to where I think it could be something like that, so just gonna submit this. Staticaster is definitely a consideration. Oh, that's very nice of my opponent. But yeah, I don't even remember exactly what I was just talking about. Something about my list, but anyways, I think that yeah, I think this configuration, JRT's list from the GP, I think actually really favored against the Delver variants. But yeah, definitely think the list is favored. Definitely think it's possible to lose, though, of course. I should have brought the days back in on the play. Very likely. Wish I could go back to my deck. But I cannot, alas. Anyways, I'm excited to see how this game plays out. It seems like their deck is pretty close to like if they took a Grixis Delver deck and then cut the Young Pyromancers for Tarmogoyfs and then it's played like the same thing. Alright, yeah, I will play first. This hand's alright. It feels a little risky to me because it's so bad against something like a Wasteland, but I think I'm going to keep anyways. Because we have our own Wasteland and we are leading off with the Deathrite Shaman, so I think like on the draw I'd probably mulligan a hand like this, but on the play I think it's good enough to keep. Especially if our opponent just leads off with something like land and ponder, for example. Then I think hands like that, this hand punishes very well. Did have a land. Deathrite Shaman is the follow-up. Okay. So even that is fine. We can just... Ooh. Even have a probe for some more info. So definitely going to Wasteland here. And probably going to Pyroblast. And probably going to Lightning Bolt as well. So they have a Reb, Ponder, Delver, Trop, Misty, Delta. Okay. Exile a land. Add a red. Bolt here. Wasteland here. And then set up with a ponder. Ooh. Yeah, the Jason Mind Sculptor is really good there. I think the Young Pyromancer will come in handy too. It sucks that our opponent has a Pyroblast. Because then they can definitely, you know, deal with this to some extent. But I think that this is still fine. Back Jays, Pyromancer, Tarn, no shuffles. I think that in this matchup, it's better for me to use Pyroblast before it's better for me to use the Pyroblast before the Bolt. Sorry. For a blue, play the fetch. Add a black, play a Strix. Then I'm just going to fetch right away and Pyroblast this. It's strange though, because Pyroblast can also hit like the Ponder, for example, but I think it's still more important to do that than keep. So there it's possible I should have let them try to Red Elemental Blast the Baleful Strix before using the Pyroblast on the Delver. Because if they do that, then we know that the Jace is much more likely to stick. So they definitely wanted at least one of those. Bolt the Death Ray. Okay. Still looking like we're in totally fine shape. The Young Pyromancer is going to be great here, assuming they don't have something like Daze. Jay's still feeling a little greedy to me. It's possible I should have taken out some number, but it's looking good. Delta, okay. Go. Okay, just Abrupt Decay. Not the Golgari Charm. Ooh. Golgari Charm would have been really bad for us there. Just going to keep on poking in some incremental damage for as long as I can. Fire off a Ponder. Definitely looked like something that they were considering on using the Pyroblast against. So I think I do want all of these cards. Kind of leaning towards putting it like this. No shuffle. It's like so tempting to Wasteland here, but I think it's better to Wasteland next turn. Really just get a little bit more info. Yep, Wasteland on the sea, that's fine. Gonna swing in. Oh, that was a mistake. So the reason I think that what I just did was pretty poor is because now my opponent is basically... Oh. I didn't expect them to fire it off. I expected them to just float the red and wait. But it ended up working out quite well, so... Strix is definitely coming in handy. It'd be really nice to find a green source, though. Now that we have this decay. Ponder's fine. Got Jace, decay, Bolt. Definitely just a good solid hand. Need lands, though. Definitely need some lands. Deathray Shaman would be a fantastic draw. Chose to not shuffle. That's not good. That means that they got cards they wanted. Oh, another Wasteland. Another Wasteland is particularly bad. But we drew a land. So lucky. Definitely looking okay, though. Not going to pop this fetch, though. Want to save it for as long as I can. Okay, I lied. Immediately cracking. Hope he doesn't get stifled. I don't think he has stifle in his deck, but just seemed like a possibility. So definitely going to remove the Baleful Strix to make it a little smaller. Remove any more creatures I have, I suppose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, I'm going to readjust that casting here. I want to remove Probe, I want to remove Ponder, I want to remove Ponder, and I want to remove the creatures. Okay, that's good. This looks like a Grimmack that's likely sticking. It's like so hard to deal with this card. For so many matchups in Legacy, it's just the end-all be-all card, basically. It's like does nothing against all these super super fast combo decks, but then you're playing against like a Delver deck, or like even against Miracles, it's really good. Like their only answers are Terminus and Source of Pleasures. Empowermancer, not bad here either. Ooh, what's this? Dismember, possibly? Ooh, Murderous Cut. That's a really good one. I like that card. I don't think enough decks in Legacy really play it. It's kind of hard to play both that card and Grimag Angler in like a Grixis deck. Ooh, the old no cards brainstorm here. Hoping to get lucky. Yeah, I think that's a little risky doing the no cards brainstorm. But I mean, if you hit a daze, then it's quite good. Don't tell me you're firing off 2 brainstorms. Blue Elemental Blast found. Wow. Well, that was just amazing. And True Name Nemesis. Well, that was a good brainstorm if I've ever seen one. Yeah, definitely gonna need to find something good to fire back with for our own brainstorm. Okay, so Deathrite Shaman's great. Wasteland also great. The other cards not so much. Play Waste. Play Deathrite. And pass. Wow, and a Bolt. That was an amazing series of cards from a brainstorm. It was 0 cards in hand, play brainstorm, get Blue Elemental Blast for your card, draw True Nemesis, draw Bolt for your Deathrite Shaman. Like, I suppose I could have played around it and wasted the Valk, but that just feels like the wrong play. That was the most amazing 0 card brainstorm I've ever seen. And then a Tarmogoyf. Sue deserves a medal. At least he's really nice, or else I'd probably be more salty that I'm getting crushed here. But that was just a ridiculous combination of cards. I don't think there's anything I can do about it either. Like I could have used this Wasteland, but then we can't play the Jace. Maybe what I did wrong is keeping Jace. Like, man. I think I don't have any outs anymore. Like, I'll finish it off classy. Cast of Painful Truths. Alright. Well, ended up not doing so great in the league. I think... Yeah, I mean, I think there was definitely just like a string of pretty unfortunate series of events for our opponent to have. In one of the other matches, something similar happened where it was just like super unfortunate top 12 cards. But that happens sometimes in Legacy, you know. You need the top cards of your library to cooperate with you to win, like as the games get later. So definitely a really unfortunate one though. I felt super favored for a really long time in that game, and ended up not going our way though. But definitely fun deck to run, even though the league didn't go as well as I'd hoped. I think that this Grixis Control deck is really cool and maybe even good. I'm not sure if I'd play it in a tournament, but I definitely consider it. It has a lot of really good aspects to it. So But thanks for watching. Hope you liked it.